Okay.
Hey, hey, hey! There's a party at Lingermore tonight, guys. Are you in? Did you get the Facebook invite?
Yeah, it was set to public.
All right, we are going to recap season 2, episode 8 of The Way Back Home. The Way Back Home? Way
Way
Home.
back home. That's a different movie, The Way Back.
The Way Home. Please forgive me. We're 2 days before winter break, and the teacher brain is tired. It's Decembering. But yeah, title name is Lose Yourself or lose the name of the title of the show, whichever works better. Um, we finally have made it to the most dramatic party. I wanted to say teen party, but you guys aren't teens. You're like adults.
They're
You're full
graduating
adults
college already.
having this party. Um, post college.
Yeah.
Like
Almost grad school.
going to London to do the next chapter after college. Like, you guys are
Hmm.
grown. So, yeah, we made it to Lingermore finally. The hype is here. It's been building up for 8 episodes now. We're here. I may or may not have some flags to raise. I don't know about you guys, but we'll get
I
there.
know. It's
I
exactly how I remembered.
the only flag I have to raise is a realization of why
Mm,
somebody feels the way they do. That's
as
it.
always. As
Other
always.
than that, no
Elliot.
no white flags for me. I still don't think it was that big of a deal. Yeah, we'll get into it, but
Yeah, yeah. But thank goodness for the Facebook party crashers for showing up and really livening up the place.
And not
yeah.
coming in costume, but that's okay.
What
At
up?
least you're here.
Okay, so Sven, give them the spoiler alert.
Yeah, so a few announcements real quick.
Ooh.
Obviously, this is on Netflix now, and that's how hopefully some of you are watching it. Um, but what we're going to do is we're going to talk about season two, episode 8 today. We're going to talk about spoilers that have already happened, spoilers that are going to happen in the next season, the next episodes. So please be warned if you have not watched it, please leave now and come back. We will still be here. Second announcements I have to make for our Canadian viewers. I want to apologize if anybody's going back and looking for them. I got a notice today, or not today, a couple days ago, that two of our videos have been pulled from Canada because they had video clips in them.
Oh, Canada.
Somebody did not like them, and it was not YouTube. So it was the Gold Crown does not like video clips in our videos. So they were pulled, and I apologize to that. If anybody hasn't seen them or if you want to see them, let us know. I can re-edit those and take clips out so you can watch them if you haven't already. But going forward, there will be no video clips in any of these.
Ugh, they enhance our videos so much.
Yeah, so I apologize for that, but that's the way the world works these days.
Why is it
For
though?
our viewers that are in the US, apparently our
We're
laws are
good.
lax than that, and we can still watch those. So, but that being said,
Let's dive
poo
in.
on you, Hallmark, and let's hope Netflix picks up season 5. All right, moving forward. Here we go.
All right, so episode starts and Jacob is like taking it all in.
He remembers Cat.
Ooh, but not doesn't want to. Does not want to. He's like recapping everything and like letting Kat know like what his life has been like since he was 8 years old and showed up in this like other century. And he refers to Rebecca as his mother. And Kat's like, ooh, dig. And he's just very like he spent more time in the 1800s than he ever did in the present day as Kat's little brother. So he just speaks of things as if like, yeah, this is my life. That's my mother. I'm grown up. I'm good. Like, why are you here? And it's not until like Kat kind of taps out and she's just like, okay then, I'll just see myself out. Did anyone notice how no one said goodbye to her?
Oh my God, I have that note down. That was hilarious when she said, "All right, I'm gonna go," and they just sort of like turned their back on her, like, "All right," and they just started talking to each other and like,
She'll
"She
be
a
back.
weird witch lady."
Like one thing if Jacob does it, like totally fine. But Susie, you little flake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas, we know what to expect from you.
They're all kind of flaky. Yeah. You never know
Hmm.
what you're going to get from anybody in
I
this
laughed
crowd.
so hard when it was crickets after she said bye. But thank goodness she's cat and pushed a little further and threw out a little see you later, alligator to Jacob, and that snapped everything for him.
And then he
And
dropped the line on her.
what'd he
Why didn't you
say?
come for me sooner?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which, at the time for him to ask that makes perfect sense. We all know why, why they didn't come for him sooner, because nobody thought, maybe he fell in the pond and time traveled. Nobody thought that at the time. And it took all the events of what happened. And so we know what happens in subsequent episodes. So we know that, Kat took that comment to heart, sat him down, had a conversation with him, explained everything to him. And, we know where he ends up. But at that moment, that line hit pretty hard. And it's like, whoa, you
well,
know.
totally, because it's like he goes from playing like so stone cold, so like, what is this, JK? Why are you drawing this in the sand? Like, I don't care. I don't care. Not ringing a bell. Like, please go. And
Right,
all it took was that like one little like line for him to be like, oh, I have been feeling all these things all this time. I haven't forgotten about my original family, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I liked it. Yeah. I was like, the little boy still exists.
little boy's still there. Oh, but yeah, but then she heads off and like kind of starts freaking out. And she's like, oh, I said I'd be back. I don't actually know if and when I will be back. So just thought I should tell you, Tommy. And then, did anyone write down notes about her jump?
I had notes in my head, but I was like, don't write them down. That's rude.
Her form was so good this time. Like I think her like calves like flailed out behind her.
Yeah. Stylish.
what I
Really
noted on that
nice.
is that she kind of has a different style every time she jumps in. It's a
Oh, and
little
Yeah.
what's this
different.
correlation?
Yeah.
Whether it's from behind, from the
This one seemed
side.
almost not like she was showing off in front of Thomas, but seemed kind of cocky, like, I'm gonna jump
She
in this
knew.
pond,
Like a
see you
little kid at the
later.
pool. Like, watch me jump.
Yeah.
Watch me jump.
10 out of 10.
Hit him up!
That
Oh my
is what it
gosh.
was.
Okay, but she makes it back into present day and she runs into Elliot and she starts just like kind of spinning the way Kat does. And she's like, why would a pawn do this? Why would a pawn take a child away from his family? And just talking about all of her new friends in the 1800s. Elliot could care less about any of this until she mentions one specific name.
Thomas.
This really bugged me.
It was so annoying.
It so bugged me. What does he have to be
Loved it.
jealous of? Has she said anything
I'll
like,
still get jealous.
yeah, did she say anything like Susanna and Thomas is helping? No, she just said Susanna Thomas. It could just be Jacob's best friend, which she's already said they've been in cahoots
He
together.
he does bring it up later though, because we knew they didn't really address it here, so we knew it was going to come up again in the episode later. And he does say, "You tell me all about Susanna, Jacob, Elijah, even, but sometimes you'll mention Thomas, but never actually say anything about it."
Mm,
And I was like, "It's a little fishy." Not that I don't think she needs to say anything necessarily, but knowing her, it tracks. It's a little fishy.
That tracks.
Yeah.
but he's such a little, I don't even know the word, a little weasel. She's like,
Yeah.
this and Jacob, and oh my gosh, I can't believe this, and Susanna and Thomas. And Thomas?
Thomas.
Right. But
Oh.
he,
Who's Thomas? From the charter?
right.
Yeah,
Like,
the
oh,
He
name
now
of
has
you're
a good
interested.
point though.
which
Like he says later that I really appreciate. I don't know if I should say it now. I might as well. Just the like being the person to fall back on
Mm,
is like what he's used to with her. So I think that does bring up that insecurity even in this
yeah.
situation
it
too. And you
did,
see
but
the parallel in the past.
just the fact that he said, wasn't that the name in the charter? So he knew they were looking for that name because that possibly could have been the name that Jacob traveled under, Right? So one more reason not to be jealous of this Thomas, because he's obviously involved with Jacob and working all this stuff. So it was just kind of weird that he picked up on that,
But
unless we're not
also,
picking up on some clues that Kat has given off talking about this.
but he's also not wrong.
Well, no,
That's
he's
true.
not at all.
I
Like
was
he
like,
knows her.
what have they done at this point? They haven't like,
Yeah, he's got it
There hasn't
dead
been
right. I
any
mean,
kind of a love affair happening yet,
yeah.
yeah.
but he
So,
knows.
but the worst part is that we know that something does happen too, and like she does it after she knows he's already worried. What? So now I'm like,
Waiting for the
whoa,
party.
She's wild.
interesting. Oh, he lost the mask.
Oh, I'll wait for the party. It's kind of it's plastic, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, mine's taped to my face right now, so hopefully it lasts the
You
whole
look,
time.
you
Okay, so
look
in the midst of this chit
right up.
chat, Kat stumbles upon the fact that Nick is here and he's crashing.
Woo!
Speaking of crashers, he is a Landry home crasher rather than a Facebook party crasher. And yeah, they're chit-chatting. Kat and Ellie get all awkward as per usual. And Kat has to beeline off. And then Elliot's like, oh, yeah, 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 I have to get to work. Oh, school. Like, I gotta go. And this is my quote of the episode. Nick's response.
Thought you had a free period.
And we're shit. Um, but yeah, Elliot pipes in and he's all like, I have to get to work. I have to get to school. And the line that comes next is hands down my favorite line from the entire episode. Nick pops in and says, what?
I thought you had a free period.
Yeah, try your whole career. Your whole day is a free period.
But suddenly things started to make sense. I was like, if your first block class or whatever is open, which I think is probably rare for teachers, right? Is it not? I don't know.
I don't know how secondary works anymore.
But I thought
Or in
that
Canada.
that's true. That made a lot of sense at least. I was like, okay, so maybe there's some reason why he's always delayed in getting to school. Usually he doesn't make it there at all, I
Makes it,
feel
yeah,
like.
exactly.
But
But
at
maybe
least,
this is their way of explaining why he's always late for school, or can just kind of
right.
blow off the mornings.
Alice
I
must have that
thought
as
you
well.
had a free period.
She must
That
have
free
an
period
open
is
one.
8 hours long, but whatever.
Right. Finally, though, gave some clarity. Um, did wasn't there like a scene at the house with Dell before this, or was it after?
There is, yeah.
I don't remember what happened, but I just had a funny little line of her just being a little jerk once again. So if there was anything to touch on with that, go for
Well,
it. But
wasn't that about the not wanting to know where Kat was because she came in all wet and
I don't even want to know where you've
yeah.
been.
yeah, and
But
then
then
she's
Kat walks in and she just goes, "Speak of the devil," and I was just like, "Oh my God, why did she always just have something rude to say?"
and then she just blew them off and told Alice, if you want to ride to school, be out there in 60 seconds or I'm leaving.
But she didn't take Alice to school. She went to the meadow.
Alice is like, "No, I don't need one. I'm good."
Oh my gosh.
She
Okay, but at
went
some
to do some
point,
daytime drinking.
coffee and croissants. It's not
Oh,
wine
yeah.
time
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, that was coffee.
Um, so yeah, Kat beelines it. Nick goes, okay, well, that was weird. And Ellie was like, yeah, that was weird. Man, Kat's just got all these new people in her life. She's got Susanna, she's got Thomas.
Maybe you should jump in the pond, bro. Go
He's not
find
gonna go
some
anywhere.
friends.
I
And
think
then,
this is kind of a foreshadowing of Lingermore because when they were teens and we see that Elliot, was in love with Kat back then, but Brady was in the way and blah blah blah. Now they're adults and he's thinking there's something can happen and now all these other people and events are
mm,
getting in the way.
he's feeling bottom of the totem pole again.
Right. This he's worried, she's got Susanna and this Thomas.
Thomas.
Thomas. But yeah, in true Elliot fashion, he decides to demo his house to deal with all these new people in her life.
But also, he was like, "I bought this house from my dad 4 years ago," and I'm like, "This isn't what it looked like when you bought it. You already renovated it, right?"
Yeah, a little bit.
it's gorgeous and it's all his style. Vic would not have that.
The blue walls.
I think he just
Yeah.
repainted. He didn't like change
But
any
like
walls because we see what happens when he does remodel. It looks
all
Yes.
that
amazing.
furniture. Okay,
Nick's
am I
trying to
thinking of
get
something
an
else?
open concept in there.
But did you
Okay.
guys catch Nick, cool Nick, when he talked about it?
Cool,
He's like,
Nick.
"Oh, it's time for some renos." Who uses the word
Oh.
renos?
If you're on
He will for sure
HGTV,
be on an HGTV show.
Oh yeah,
him and
renos.
Claire.
Hey, HGTV is Canadian, isn't it?
It might be, or has some shows there for
Looks like
I'll
sure.
that's
look
how it
into that.
started.
Yeah.
But yeah, and while they're talking about these demo plans, Nick stumbles upon for the first time
The journal,
the
the
Pond
logbook,
records.
whatever we call it.
Pond records. Sees the book, takes it for
Elliot,
this level.
When I first saw that, I thought, "Dude, don't go snooping through Elliot's things." But he just recognized it
he
as
didn't.
what they used in high school,
Hmm
Elliot would keep
notebooks.
something for 20
It,
years.
it was cute.
And he didn't open it. He did put it back. So I thought, good on you, Nick.
Right? I was like, are you about to say something negative about your guy? That's never happened once before.
No, I almost did, but you see how I pulled that back to a
Mm-hmm.
positive?
You were kind
Uh,
of talking about Elliot for a minute there, and I was trying to defend him, which was very new. And now Nick, what's going on here?
Yeah,
um,
I will defend Nick more than Elliot in this episode.
you will defend Nick over anybody.
So,
Um, okay, so then speaking of sassy pants, Dell goes to meet her man's. And like watching the scene, I was like, I wouldn't be mad if that's how my morning started.
Ah,
Like just hanging on the bed of a truck in like the middle of a meadow, drinking a latte and
you
having some
would.
baked goods.
You and Sven should do that. Seems like something both of you would like.
And let's enjoy that.
I would enjoy that.
Let's
Yeah, I
enjoy
have a
that together.
pickup.
Let's find a meadow.
There you go.
Like talk about life.
Let's find a meadow in this frozen tundra we're in right now.
Yeah, it's melting.
It is, and now it's going to be brown and gross on Christmas.
I know. We were
To
talking about
our
that at school today.
northern viewers, I hope you enjoy a white Christmas. We probably will not.
So yeah, they're chit-chatting on the truck bed. Um, Dell got some news that Evelyn's son doesn't want to sell Linger more now in the aftermath of her
Ooh,
passing. And he actually wants to buy land to build a vineyard. And some of that land that he wants is Dell's land or
quality
Landry
farm.
land.
Land, or I put the
And
land in Landry.
your guys' favorite male character on the show, Sam Bishop. I knew I'd get that look out of you there, party crasher. He makes a very good point,
Sure.
though, to where he says, great, this will help you solve some of your money problems, and we'll get some new local wine. So
Wouldn't
he's
know
thinking
it
about
will.
drinking still, doing some more day drinking.
Mhm.
And it is a good point, She doesn't
Or
have to sell her
maybe
house and all the land, just a good portion of it.
he already knows about this because he's on their side and on their team.
And he's time traveling. Oh, wait, no, Jacob is.
You never
He's
know.
over here trying to become an investor because they're like, yeah, let me get rich in the
Yeah, he
future.
knows about that pond. He wants to profit off of that pond.
Mm, he wishes.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, but Dell's so stubborn. She's so stubborn. There's a theme of her being offered money and like offered a way to like take a load off of her back and like just okay, we can do this. And you see it with like the opportunity to sell the land. And I know there's like a huge emotional attachment to it. So like I get it. But she's just like, nope. And then you see Kat giving her money in a flashback later on. Nope. You see
Sam offering her money.
Sam offering her money too. Nope.
Just take it, girl. Get rich.
Like your pride's not gonna keep you warm, girl.
And that's what's frustrating is she says all along to people that question her, she'll figure out a way. She'll figure something out. Well, this is your something. It's being handed to you.
Right?
And not as, you know what, you're poor,
Pity.
please take my money. It's all has a purpose to buy the land. Sam was offering to back her idea for the community farm.
Yeah.
I mean, Kat was offering to help as the daughter and her family home.
Where'd she
So
get
it's
that
not
money?
like people were just saying, you know what, I have an extra couple $100,000 laying around. You have it because you need it. No, they were offering to help in a way that isn't just a handout.
Mm-hmm.
It's to further along it and really, I don't know. It
Really
got very
supportive.
frustrating. You're correct. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
And later on, Kat sums it up perfectly.
Mm.
And we might as well hit on that now. When she's talking about the money, because she finds out that, when she goes outside to actually go to work, which I thought you would think was hilarious. She runs into Dell on the porch, and Dell tells her about the offer from Lingermore. And then Kat is mad because referring to her own money she was going to give her. She
Mm-hmm.
says, so if it's from family, it's a handout or a
Oh yeah.
charity handout. But if it's from the Goodwins, it's an investment or whatever she said.
What were those words? I was gonna write it down. I
I
was like,
know, and
no,
I wish I did too.
Sven will write it down.
But it really is the point of what you're saying there, Kelly, is that she won't take all this money that's offered to her for legit reasons, from family and close people. But when a good one comes calling, then hey, it's a good idea.
Well, and
And
Kat's like so salty about the idea of the good one now that she's met and
right,
seen Cyrus
exactly.
in action too. So she's
Yeah.
extra heated about like, God, Mom, how dare
What are you
you?
saying
That
about my man?
that holds a whole different thing with Toupee Cyrus.
But again, even in that conversation, Dell like also thinks about the idea of selling the land to um Evelyn's son because she like quotes Evelyn's actions and like how indebted she felt to her for all of this stuff because of Lingermore, and not anyone would ever be so forgiving of what happened.
That
Which
bothered me.
bothered me too because hi Demi. Because it's I was almost gonna say it's not like Kat planned that party, but she did. It was her idea.
Yeah,
She came up. I don't know if Dell knows that though, because they didn't speak after that.
Mm.
that's true. But I was like, is this once again putting something on Kat? Because I'm pretty sure, knowing, having watched season three, I would feel a little indebted to her too from all of that stuff because
Yeah.
she stole her man. And then that
Yeah,
was the whole scene when then she was like, you owe me, Delilah, or whatever. Like, that's
Well,
what
and
started
we
it
know
all.
that Dell or that Evie gave Colton money when they were struggling.
right.
Yeah.
Like we learned like thing after thing after thing. Like,
So it's not just Kat's fault here, ma'am. And I'm saying
mm-mm,
that to Dell, not you.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just felt like another way to just kind of like,
And why did Dell take it upon herself in the Landry family that Evelyn had to be so kind to them and forgive them for the Lingermore party? There was 80 other kids there. And why does it all fall on the Landrys to be forgiven?
right? And we all knew these kids because this town only has
10 of
2,000
them.
people in it.
8,000 people. But I mean,
And
whatever.
all of those kids who were at that party did not live in that town.
No, they had to fly
They
in.
came in.
I don't
Eight
even know how you
Oh,
fly
rats,
in.
we
There's
can't
no
see it.
airport.
8,000 people.
Mm-mm.
Anyways,
Being too
yeah,
funny at
so
most.
why does it fall on Dell's shoulders and the Landrys?
Because Dell has a guilty conscience on so many levels.
Yeah. And it's really shining through right there.
She
Yeah.
like has to be protective of Colton and his family's legacy, and she has to like she's the surviving person to like do right by their family name. She knows that in the scoreboard of Evelyn versus Dell, it's like 10-0 right now in Evelyn's
Uh-huh.
favor. I feel for her, but again, she'd be so much like I don't want to say likable because that feels really mean, but she'd be so much more likable if she could just be like, oh my gosh, I just like, I can't catch a break here. This is all really hard.
Yeah.
Relatable something.
Then she's just like, no, no,
Yep. She's very
no,
stubborn and
Catherine.
Yeah.
No, Sam Bishop.
I mean, yeah, Sam Bishop, let's go skinny dipping.
Oh, I
What?
know.
Woo!
She drives me crazy because when he texted her and he was like, date or whatever or something,
Dinner tonight.
dinner, it was just like one word. She said, love to. And I was like,
Okay, I had to slow that down and go back and look at that. This is how ridiculous my brain works. So I saw her reply love to with an exclamation point.
you thought I said, love you.
Is your exclamation point on your same screen as your letters?
Do I have a phone? I don't know.
No.
She did that so fast. She
She's
must have
tech
had love
savvy.
to
She's
with
using
an
a different
exclamation point.
app.
She must have had that hotkeyed. Just boop.
How uncharacteristic
I was
of
gonna
her.
say the woman who uses no exclamations unless she's scolding and sassing her daughter.
Yeah.
She's the type to only use periods.
She
She threw
uses
that.
it only with Catherine.
I'm surprised she didn't all caps it.
All caps Noah.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of which, Noah and Alice rekindle post their Backstreet Boys photo development session.
I am
Uh-huh.
still at a loss for this.
He's so confusing.
It's so confusing.
He's
I just don't
better have a good
care.
storyline in season 4.
There's no
Now, I
part of me
made a
that cares
comment
about it.
last episode about what I thought Noah's preferences were in
Hmm.
dating,
Oh, geez.
but a couple people in the comments backed it
They
up.
did.
They thought the same thing. So I wasn't that far off base. And that still rang in my head watching that conversation between them because they were so awkward.
Well, he treats her like whatever the reason is behind it. He treats her like having any sort of interest or connection with her is like morally wrong.
I almost feel like
Because he knows she's a time traveler.
he already knows Max. I feel like he already knows Max and he's setting up, trying to get close to her to set up the whole Max and her
Mm.
and stuff. I don't know.
Well, question. That is interesting because I assumed, even though Max is like visiting from wherever else, he doesn't live there. I thought they already were friends.
They act like it.
Like I had that in my head that they didn't meet like when Alice meets him. I thought they had
Right.
been friends for like because has visited or whatever. So I
So
thought they already
now
knew
I'm,
each other.
and I actually, it's a crazy thought or a theory that Max was working with Noah to get close to Alice. And when Noah did, he knew he wasn't supposed to. And he was like, "Oops, sorry, Max." Like,
Right? There's something,
Yeah.
his reaction, he acts as if something is like so wrong about what he's doing.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
That okay, I've never thought about that. That could be, I feel like, the most realistic and accurate theory we could have about him. Like that feels right.
Yeah.
There's just
It's rare that I say that.
Jot that one down.
we're gonna record the
Um,
minute of this video when you said that. Boom.
but again, as per usual, again, as Alice is having one conversation with an awkward question mark crush, her age inappropriate present day version of her first true love shows up also.
Hey, great advice, by the way, or whatever. And
It's
he
not
looked,
age inappropriate. There's
Sven,
nothing going on between the two of them.
I'm hanging up right now if we carry on this conversation.
There's nothing going on between the two of them at this stage. So,
It
anyways,
is
yeah, you're
weird.
right.
Because they both know it's morally wrong.
Right.
But
So,
again, where we left off with him is that he was starting to piece things together and be more like, I know you.
do you think that's why he gave Noah that look
So
in the point, or was it just
Thinking what?
like,
he's like, I'm better
you're
than
not
this
good enough to be with her, or is he more concerned like, hey, this is one of my best friend's daughters, I'm gonna look out for her? Like, dude,
Absolutely not.
you don't know.
It is
Which
not the second
one?
one. It is not the second one.
Oh, he loves her? Ooh,
Loves her.
Wait, I don't think he's pieced it together quite yet. As we can
he
tell
has
by
to.
when he does discover the notebook, how angry he gets.
No, that is that is his like confirmation moment. He's had all of this stuff in the back of his head, thinking like, oh my God, wait a minute. could she be? And then he hears the singing. He's like, wait a minute, she is. So it's all like hypothesized like in his head. And he's like, oh my God, is there a way that no, it can't be, it can't be. And then he sees that book. He's like, oh my gosh, you guys, I was totally right.
Right, but I'm talking about with Noah,
You let me fall in
at
love with
that
a time
scene with
traveler.
Noah, I don't think he's quite there yet to think, oh, this is my, my long lost girlfriend. She can't be seen with another man or another boy. What the hell? I don't think he's at that stage.
I don't think he looks at Alice as one of his longest childhood friend's daughters and being protective in that way.
I
I don't know.
think
I think that has something to do with that.
I almost feel like he has the feelings of the former, the first option, but not like doesn't understand it.
Consciously.
You know, like there are those like not jealousy so that it's inappropriate or awkward, but it's like,
Territorial.
yeah, I feel like, wait, you know her.
I can get on board with that one.
Yeah,
Not
I
that
don't
word.
think we're saying it's inappropriate because he doesn't know yet.
Okay,
Until he
fair.
sees the
And
traveling log, then it's
and
like,
even if he does know, which we do
Oh my
find
gosh,
out
what if
later
that's
that
why
he
he's so
does,
mad?
he doesn't act inappropriate with it. He handles it in a good way.
yeah.
That's just
So
me
yeah, we don't have to be worried about
trying to
that.
get you more upset than anything.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Um,
Next scene.
Rita's
Alice
hosting
is
a
Claire
ghost
Bear.
tour.
What?
Oh, you
All right.
loved it. The White Witch. It was so funny. I was cracking up.
They like casually mention that she's hosting a ghost tour. Monica's going, Elliot's going, Nick's going. They get the whole plan of like getting the crew together. And then we just have to wait for it to actually start to get more details on it. But sign me up.
You,
Oh
I
yeah.
was thinking of you. I was like, both of you would love this. Okay, this is your guys' day out. You're gonna have
Our
brunch in the meadow
itinerary.
and then do your ghost tour at night. But I
Oh,
loved how,
We've already done the castle tour here in town.
mm-hmm.
oh yeah,
Some stories, so I
they
won't say the
just
name
built
of it
that
because
castle?
nobody needs to know where we're at.
Creepy.
No. But
Good internet safety.
yeah. Um
But I did think it was funny during the ghost tour when Kat and Elliot were talking, and they're talking about the White Witch, and she says she's dragging my name in the mud or something. And
ah,
he's like, "What?" And she just nonchalantly says, "Oh yeah, when I was saving Jacob, I kind of started the White Witch legend, like it was
she
nothing." It's
spits
like,
it out.
with no explanation. Just, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
and
started that
it's
legend."
in the same family of like, oh yeah, I got shot. And it's just like
Right?
so casual, and it's like, baby
Tell
girl,
us more?
baby girl. Um, okay, well, before we like actually go on the ghost tour, a lot of questions are being asked about Lingermore. Alice can't let go of it. She like the hype is being built. We must not speak of Lingermore. You would think that like the home was called Voldemort, the way that people are like, oh, we don't talk about it. Um, she keeps asking questions. She flat out asked Dell, and she's like, is this because of Lingermore in 2007? Tell me about it.
Uh-huh. You should be eavesdropping like that.
She'll be eavesdropping on me, Alice. And she says, you know what? Forget you guys. Like, I already know I go there. Elliot told me, like, Elliot and Kat are both, right? Elliot spilled the beans earlier.
He does say there were two really dramatic lines from Elliot. I got mixed up on where he said what, but one he tells Alice, I'm pretty sure, for what it's worth, I hope that you can forgive me. And I was like, bro,
Sven's got some things to say about that when we get there.
again, is it that serious? But
Yes,
I
it is
guess
kind of.
maybe more about the making of her, perhaps, is where we're going with that.
Yeah,
But
because when he dropped that line on her, it was when he realized she was going to jump in the pond and he couldn't stop her.
yeah.
Or he didn't even bother to try because he knows she ends up there
Yeah.
anyways.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, she decides to take matters in her own hands. She's going.
But that was right before he dropped the line, which Kelly, I thought you would have jumped on. She was going to the pond. He goes, "Don't you have school?"
Yeah.
I don't
Don't
care.
you?
I'm going in the pond.
Gosh. She won't graduate until she's like 25 at this rate.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Elliot's like, yep, I know you go already. She was like, yeah, I know you were there. I know mom was there. I know there was blood. I know there was like, I know things. I saw pictures.
Elliot's
My
glasses.
question mark crush helped me develop the photo while we sang Backstreet Boys.
Question mark crush.
I'm going.
Change my name to that.
Um,
Because I don't
we,
know who Old Crone is. Sorry, but who is Old Crone?
where's that coming from?
I have no idea.
I've never heard those words before.
I'm pretty sure Kat said it.
It was during the ghost tour.
Oh, is that it? Okay. I was like, why did that stay in my head?
She was something about Rita. She was saying that Rita was calling the White Witch an old crone or something.
Oh,
Ah.
that's right. I have that in
And,
my notes now that I
and
see
she took
it.
a offense because it's actually her. And that's, I think, when she told Elliot
So
about
funny.
starting that legend.
Cool. Carry
So
on.
we do a little blast from the past, and we find out that Lingermore happened in the aftermath of Dell like trying to sell the Landry land the first time. And she got like blamed for wanting to forget Jacob and Colton. Kat got really mad and just like threw like a teenage temper tantrum at the idea of her mom like moving on and like changing anything that her
Mhm.
dad left behind. And it's funny, just like always like with the full circle moments, it's like, okay, and we're in the same position again in the present day. Like, what are you gonna do with the land, girl? You
Yep.
know?
Uh-huh. That was another moment when I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, these kid actors are so good at acting like the
Love
adults.
Kat.
She's so good. I just
So
love her.
good. She's so
Yeah.
So Elliot or Alice shows up. It's 2007. Elliot freaks out because he hasn't seen her for how many years?
I
Five,
think
wasn't it?
5. He was like, "Oh my
that really
gosh."
would be weird, especially because she's just falling asleep on that bed or whatever. Like, not just knock, knock on the door. It's just, hello.
Right. It was a
Makes
total
it even
spook. Like,
weirder.
hey.
Well, remember, she went there early in the morning instead of school.
Hmm.
But yeah, Elliot freaks out and he's like, actually, like this isn't as fun as it used to be. You can't see anyone because we've all aged a little bit in case you haven't noticed my stubbly whiskered beard attempting to grow, and you look like you're 12.
That was so funny. So I
That's
was
so
like, she doesn't look like she's 12. Especially you're the one saying that because you look younger than she does. So I
hmm
like that. She
Yeah,
called
he
out his
does.
tiny little stash.
So yeah, we find out like with Kat's like temper tantrum, she needs a distraction. And of course, when she needs a distraction, she totally banks on Elliot to like take care of that.
Yep.
Party time.
Finds out he's still house sitting. She's like, "Oh my gosh, we're having a party. Of course we're gonna have a party at Lingermore. Let's go. It's gonna be a masquerade party. Let's make." Oh wait, no. Elliot decides to make it a masquerade party
Yes.
so that Alice can come and sneak around. But yeah, I laughed really hard at the idea of no, this is kind of mean to laugh really hard. But as she's telling Elliot what happened with her and Brady and that they like split, didn't she say she just like left? She just left with the ring behind and said deuces and like did not speak, did not say anything, just kind of like floated on out of there.
Yeah, I thought Brady said when he showed up about something about a note, but I could be totally wrong about that. But yeah, she did say, like, I meant to say something and I just ended up leaving.
I just left.
I went home. Yeah.
What? So you've been flaky all your life.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So
This
funny.
isn't something new with her.
But yeah, we just see the backstory and a little bit more like rationale and explanation as to why Elliot reacts the way that he reacts as an adult to Kat, because he so obviously has been a source of comfort, a source of entertainment, a source of just be there for
Stability.
me.
Yeah, something.
It's like that's gotta feel really, really. What's the word?
Really, really, really. Not
Crummy,
good. I'm what?
crummy,
Rummy.
Crummy. It does feel
crummy.
crummy. How do you feel, Elle?
Gonna feel really
Yeah.
crummy.
I bet. It just speaks to that, like, I'm your second, your second. You
Not
only want to run away
even.
with me when
I'm
you
like
already
your
ran away.
security blanket that you come home and snuggle with when you've had a bad dream.
When you're homesick at college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so then the ghost tour happens.
Are we at the
So
party yet?
Kat suggests to the whole party, and then we, after the ghost tour, we get to see the party. And the way I had a nostalgic flashback to 2007's pop punk genre, I wanted to be at that party so bad.
Me too. Yeah, get the mask on, Sven.
There we
It
go.
was
It's time to party.
fun. The Paramore song again. I was like, oh,
All
Cat's
of
always loved
it.
it.
Okay, so the Paramore song again. Did anybody catch Kat's line? Because they kind of flash back between Lingermore and present day with
Yes.
Kat, Elliot, Nick, and Monica at Elliot's house. When
Yeah.
Kat says, Monica, the song was playing, and Monica goes, "Oh, this takes me back." And Kat goes, "Yep, nope. This takes me back to the era of sparkling vampires." I thought for sure
Finally.
you guys would jump on that one.
Then I was like, oh, geez.
There's so many parallels.
Speaking
All
of
of our
sparkling
favorite things.
vampires,
I've been looking at that guy in your picture, and now
yeah.
he's just like perfectly. It's so funny.
He's one of the crowd at the party that was yelling, chanting, "Fight, fight, fight,
Oh
fight."
yeah.
Shame on you.
So, but yeah, that was funny that Kat mentioned Twilight without saying Twilight.
Um, so yeah, we've got the pop punk music going. We are full on nostalgia. I think it's so funny that like with that like parallel storyline in present day that Kat, Elliot, Nick, and Monica like not only went on the ghost tour all together, but then like after party at Elle's house, just like kept the night going with their
Where's Spilsky?
espresso martinis and
Espresso martini at night, like, hello, they're wanting to stay up for a while.
started
Where's
taking
Spilsky?
shots. I was like, oh my God, you
Oh
guys.
yeah, who wants shots? I'm on shots. I'll take some.
Oh my
Yeah, why isn't
God.
Spilsky partying with them? Where is
He
he?
never gets to go out. Poor
That's the
guy,
thing.
He's not home with their kid because he's in France at some chef school
right? Maybe he
without
went with.
Zoe. But anyways, I digress.
Not that again.
Um, so funny also to hear about like big events being shared on Facebook because absolutely that's how things happen.
Make sure to
Yeah.
mark him as private, or else everybody can see.
Which is so funny because Kat gets the blame for it. But then it's even funnier to find out who actually publicized the event.
And that
Monica.
tracks.
That little snake Monica.
That
Uh-huh.
so tracks.
That
It
tracks.
does.
That tracks.
That tracks.
But she
Um,
just does it so meekly, like, I'm sorry, it was me all along. Like,
Of
what?
you
course.
know you did that like maliciously as a
Right.
teenager. Not even a teenager. You guys are grown adults.
They're
Yeah.
older than me at that point. They're not, but they might as well be.
And then maybe the best scene of the entire series happens at this party.
What was that scene?
Ben's getting hard-eyed already thinking about it.
Huh? Who?
Young Mick.
Yeah. So Nick is there, obviously, because he's part of the gang. And he spots Alice. Or I think Alice spotted him first, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then he ends up spotting her, and then they have that moment of touching through the.
Like a full-on like Casper moment.
Oh, it
That
was.
it felt like something. That is it. When they slow dance at the end and he turns into a boy or whatever.
And they're floating in the air.
Mhm.
It's
Total
the same
Casper.
style shirt. I mean, you know.
That's
Uh-huh.
why I went there.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, they do have that moment, and so he realizes it's her, and he wants to go talk to her, and he runs around the corner to see her. She's boogied out somewhere.
Like mother, like daughter.
So I don't know if that is her not wanting to see him because she doesn't want to start things up with him, knowing that she's time traveling, or now that she knows adult Nick, it's making it more difficult for her because
Or
she
what Elliot
hasn't
said,
seen
the
the new
fact she's
Claire
been
yet. I
MIA
don't
for
know.
5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't he say Kat hadn't seen her in 7? Is that wrong?
What was the
I
7 years?
could be making that up, but I thought that
Wow, in
happened.
2000.
Right. Because she goes a few times, but never lets Kat
Yeah.
see her.
Oh, but when they do see each other and have that like brief
She's
reunion,
like, oh,
that
I'm in
best friend
trouble.
hug,
Uh-huh. And she's so
so
understanding.
sweet.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it would be the last time.
Oh,
It was cute.
Wasn't the last time they saw each other at Colton's funeral?
mm.
And they didn't even get to talk then?
Remember when Dell saw the other woman at the funeral?
Yeah, the other
Well,
kid.
yeah, because after that, then Kat went to college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she came back in 2001 and learned about 9/11.
Yeah.
Dang, that's wild.
Oh, yeah, and Alice came inside but never was seen.
Only by Elliot.
Elliot, yeah, she's in
Yeah.
like the entryway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Elle, come back and watch. All right. So yeah.
Blanket.
So yeah, so during that kind of stuff, and then um we get a visit from Brady.
And how did he get there? This was funny to
Facebook.
me. He saw pictures online. So he saw pictures of the party already happening. They were already uploaded.
That does not track.
So he drives all the
We
way
used to have to
there.
take pictures and upload them from our digital cameras onto our PC computers 24 hours after everything happened.
But also, how long does it take to drive from where he's at to where he's going? I was like, how long
Minnesota?
is this party? Right? I was
He,
laughing. I was like,
yeah, he had
would
to have already
he
been in town. That's the only way.
just
Totally.
known? Yeah.
Right.
Totally. We get a little flashback though, like we'll flash forward in the present day as like the older friends are like just catching up and talking, and Monica goes, "Yeah, I was like 24 and bored. Of course, I shared the Facebook invite. Like, what else was I supposed
Yeah.
to?" Nick spells the beans that Elliot visited him while he was on his sabbatical, and he was sad and he was miserable. And he cut his trip short because he wanted to go confess his undying love to Kat and go get her. And he's
Did
like,
he?
"Oh, you didn't know?"
No, because somebody never told me.
Of
Which,
course, Elliot's not going to tell her. They don't communicate that way.
right? And a part of me was like, I guess that's a valid point, Kat, when she says that to him later. I was also like, I mean, does she? I don't know with them anymore. Like, what does she do though? Like, it's both of you are responsible. So I don't know. Or communicating your feelings if you have any and you want it to go
Right.
somewhere.
But you would
But
think if you have this like big epiphany over someone you've been in love with for half of your life,
yeah,
you'd back and you'd say, "Hey,
yeah,
I have something I finally need to say to you."
yeah.
Not have the epiphany come back and do the same stuff over and over and over and over
Right.
and over again.
Right. But now I'm trying to think. There must have been some reason.
Thomas.
Was it like I know that's why I was like, was it Thomas? Or was it just like the betrayal of that whole thing where she was like, I haven't gone in the pond, and then she did, and like that was then their next
Mm,
drama. So
I
I
was
guess he had
looking for
a
something.
reason for it, but still, it just speaks to how they are so back and forth and unstable together in this type of relationship. So yeah.
So, yeah, we find out Kat left Brady. She felt like her life was mapped out. She felt trapped. There were no surprises. We find out she got accepted to a journalism program, but it's in London, baby.
Yeah. Let's
And
go.
yeah, I have in my notes. She said, "I left the ring and just came home."
Basically,
Yeah.
she said something like that. Like, okay, bye.
And
And
then
she,
in that same sentence, she's like, come to London with me, Al."
You're my best friend. Friend
So
zone.
but later she says something surprising that I wasn't expecting. I didn't
She
remember her
did
saying it.
about thinking maybe it could be more.
Yeah. So,
She says it to Alice, right?
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's talking about leaving.
Ugh.
But yeah, in that conversation she has with Elliot, she convinces him to go with, and he's all for it. He's like, "Yep, let's do it. Let's go tonight. Go home and pack. I'll get my car. We'll drive to the airport." He's like, "Cat
Right?
Landry wants to do this with me. I'm out of here. Let's go."
Don't waste any time. Brady's coming back.
Which
Yeah,
might explain why he's hesitant to confess his undying love for her again as an adult.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because the last time he got the go ahead,
right.
yeah,
So
in his favor.
then he runs into Alice, and Cat's off because she knows Brady's there now. And Elliot runs into Alice, and she's like, "Elliot, what are you doing? You can't go with her. She has to be with Brady so I can be born. Am I just going to be erased?" And he's like, "I don't care about that right now. Cat wants me to go with her. I'm going to go. This is my opportunity. I'm not going to miss this chance again."
Uh-huh.
And which kind of speaks to what you were saying. Is this why in the future he's so hesitant? Because he's not taking his chance, and when he does, something bad happens,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is what leads me to my realization of the Lingermore party. Finally, took this long. Um, when I think Elliot and Kat have the most to be worried about their behavior in front of Alice. Kat, not so much because she left Brady. She doesn't know she's pregnant. She wants to just leave and go to London. Has no idea of Alice at this point in her life. Elliot, on the other hand, knows Alice exists as Kat and Brady's child. And basically, he's going to stop that. If he goes to London with Kat, she doesn't end up with Brady. She doesn't have Alice because he also doesn't know she's pregnant at the moment. And then it ruins the whole thing. And there is no Kat and Brady and probably no Alice.
What would
It could
happen?
possibly wipe
Whoa.
her out of existence.
This
Alice has a
wasn't
very good
Back to the
point. They don't
Future.
know what's going to happen. Yeah, and he even says that. He even says this isn't Back to the Future,
Your
which I'm
favorite.
glad he did because you all know my feelings on that movie.
Yep. I was like, did Sven write that line?
So it's
Yeah.
it's just come down to the point of now he wants Alice to forgive him for basically trying to erase her by
Hey,
not thinking of
That makes
Kat and Brady and raising Alice. He's just thinking of him and Kat running off together.
yeah,
And I think that's what he's so worried that Alice is going to hate him for that, for choosing that instead of her and their family.
that makes
yeah.
sense.
But if they've learned anything
Can't
through all of
rewrite.
this, they can't change what happened.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
no matter what Elliot says and agrees to do with Kat, it's not going to change what happened. Even though as a young 24-year-old man, he's still in love with Kat, so he thinks it could change.
Yeah,
But they know that it can't. She can't save Jacob. She can't save Colton. Of course, these things all happened as they were adults, so
yeah.
older. But I think it really boils down to Elliot apologizing and looking for Alice's forgiveness for wanting to erase their family
Not
that
caring
they
about that
had.
impact.
Yeah, and that really is weighing on him, knowing that she's going to learn all this. It wasn't the fact that, oh, something crazy happened at Lingermore, all these people like
Yeah,
got in a fight and died, or the house caught fire, nothing like that. He's just really worried about the emotional toll of how Alice is going to take all that.
yeah.
All right. That makes more sense to me then.
But as far as the whole town freaking out over Lingermore and Evelyn forgiving, I think that
I
was
watched
blown a little out of proportion.
Okay, no. I'm waving my white flag on my reaction and claiming that the reaction to all of this was far too big in this show. Yes, they beefed it up. Yes, they dramatized it. But there were so many people at that house. And I firmly stand by when randos bring a keg to a house party, things are not going to end well.
Well, I agree, but and
That's
this
If
probably
she ended up in the hospital unconscious and bleeding in the pool after getting like bopped in the head, an ambulance was called. This would be a little bit more dramatic if they weren't of legal drinking age.
right.
If they
right.
were teenagers, then I feel like that would have been even crazier because it's like, okay, now we've got underage
But
drinking. You broke into this house. Like the cops got called if there's an ambulance there. Like
what got me was up to this point, the most destructive thing was they weren't using coasters.
we don't know that though. We only
Well,
saw the
right.
scene
So
through our
so
censor.
this is all just assumption on the viewer's part of how bad, other stuff that happened at this party. But basically, you're turning it into fan fiction and we're writing our own stories. Like, okay,
Stuff was
but
getting
we
broken
didn't
though
see what
left and
happened in
right.
the bathroom when they destroyed the wallpaper or something. It's just kind of going beyond the story that they've told us.
As someone who did a lot of firsthand research on parties in 2007, I can bring a lot of experiential knowledge to the conversation.
As somebody who did a lot of
Trust
firsthand
you.
knowledge of research on parties in 1985 and 86, those were much worse, and we
This
never had
party
this
took place in
blowback. Like,
2007, sir. We're
we
not
Yeah,
never
talking
Sven.
had this
80s
blowback.
parties.
When they travel to the 80s, Sven, then you can start talking. But
Oh,
yeah, I'll say like it's still watching it back, it was like exactly how I remembered. Like there were no surprises for me. Like, yeah, there were a lot of people, the whole entire town. So I don't know why I was surprised when the news came out. Everyone was there. Adele was probably there too. Um, giving out drinks and stuff. And like it didn't seem that chaotic or anything. And everyone was older, so it didn't feel like, oh no, are you gonna get caught? But all I could think about was like, oh, Elliot didn't get to clean up his mess because he had to go to the hospital instead. Maybe that's what looked bad. But
The
yeah,
blood
maybe.
floating around in the pond,
that'd be kind of nasty.
and a
And
girl had to be taken
also
unconscious in an ambulance to the hospital.
considering how nothing ever, the biggest thing that happened in this town was probably when Jacob went missing. So once again, it's the Landrys causing drama in the
Landry's, man.
town. And they're just not used to anything big happening, I guess. So I'm on either side, I guess.
I'm
Don't have to
still
wave your
falling on the
flags.
side that
I'm waving my white flag.
I'm and I'm still falling that it wasn't that drastic other than let's clean up the mess. And then yeah, what happened to Kat was extreme. You know, it was an accident. It's not like they were jumping off the roof into the pond or anything or in the fountain.
Body was floating in the pond and blood was floating.
Well,
She was unconscious. White flag.
I I don't know.
Hey, it's the Evie pose.
It's the Evie pose.
Everyone's got to do it at some
Ooh,
point.
full circle again.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it like an extra point for badness, Kelly.
Badness. You guys can do whatever feels right.
Out of 10, it's like a 6.8 now instead of a 4.6.
I heard things getting broken left and right. Nick even made a joke about it.
Hey, I do have something to say about Nick. If we're
What?
ready to jump to it, there might be other scenes to cover.
No, the last one we have is just like the end scene of like present day Cat and Elliot finally hashing it out.
Making out in the front yard. Okay, cool. Because when they were out fighting, what happened with them by the pool that made this happen? Um, that whole thing, Nick was nowhere to be seen, coincidentally, because Alice is out there, and she flat out yells, "Ma!" And I was like, nobody heard that, and I was like, wait, where's Nick? And I was like, he's not here. Where is he?
He's
So that
running around the house looking for Alice somewhere. Remember she
that
Floating
ran.
just
around.
made me mad because he should have been there, and that could have solved all of his problems. He wouldn't have any of these present day issues or wonderings
Would have
or
worked it all out.
anything. Yeah.
She did scream mom though.
Yeah.
I feel like if Monica was around, she for sure would have clocked
You're
that.
like, what?
Mom!
Right? When she found out she was gonna have a baby in the hospital, Monica would be there and be like, "Oh, you're on your second now." I look so funny without my ears or my hair.
But yeah, that fight in the yard at Elliot's house, we keep yapping about, we keep missing our moment. We're better off as friends. This is never supposed to happen. Kiss, 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 kiss. And then
And
Nick opens up the door.
Sorry to
but
interrupt your makeout session.
first of all, we got to talk about the phone call. Why he
Claire's
discovered the
calling.
notebook.
Claire calling. Claire's calling. Claire Bear.
You guys
What?
have to take this one because I don't even, she's not even real to me.
She's not. It's fake.
So yeah, the what was seemed fake about it is when he's on the phone with her and he says, "Give me the address of where you are. I can come to you and we can talk." And
She
then he says,
left
"I
it.
will do anything to make this work, Claire Bear." Now, how far away do you think she is? That he
Some
needs an
beers at the
address to where
snug.
she's at. I mean, if they're in Port Haven and that town is so small, it should be easy to find,
She's not
right?
local.
Oh, she's definitely somewhere else. But
Yeah.
yeah, Glenn,
So,
good point. She's having beers at the snug or whatever he called it earlier.
yeah, the
Do you
snug.
hear that?
It was the snug.
And I was like,
I got
is
that.
this a place? Is this the place they always go? And since when is it called this?
Yeah, the karaoke bar.
Uh-huh. The snug.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
But the way he was
That is
talking to
today's
her,
nickname.
it it almost like he was talking, like you said, somebody fake, like somebody that wasn't really there. It was it was bizarre.
But nobody was there to like, he wasn't putting a show on for anybody. Alice isn't there. He's not trying to make her jealous.
No, you know what it reminded me of is when you see a scene in a movie and somebody's talking to someone on a phone, but they're not really talking to anybody. They're talking to like another one of their personalities or something. That's
You
what it
got
made me.
Kelly.
That's
That's her
the
least favorite
feeling it
thing.
gave me was like, whoa, what? This just didn't
This
seem
got dark
right.
and twisted real quick.
Right? What kind
Yeah,
of
but I
show
mean
is
that's
this?
how it made me feel. I'm like that just something didn't click there. And then when I read that theory that somebody put online about it not being clear and about being somebody else, it made sense, and I wish I could remember that, but and it fit into that conversation. It's if we pick that conversation apart, we're gonna find something, but we'll worry about that in season 4. But yeah, but that's at this point. Anyways, long story. At this point, this is when he pulls out the notebook to write down said address so he can go to her. And
Yeah.
then he discovers what's written in the notebook.
All the time travel
Yeah.
logs.
And this is where you can pick it up, Cal.
What about it?
Can time traveling
Well,
be
yeah,
a
no, he
con
runs out
or
into the yard after the
oh,
smoochy smooching.
Sorry to ruin your makeout session, but what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Nick's pissed.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
And I fully think what I said earlier fuels his pissed offness.
What?
All of his like unclear, like confusing suspicions, ideas, feelings about Alice, and just like, oh my gosh, like what?
Yeah.
What could it be? No, it can't be. And then have it thrown in your face that your two closest friends actually knew it was true and all of this, and they've been keeping it
Right.
from you. Like, oof, send me over the edge.
It would feel
Right.
like some betrayal.
If
Like
the
once
biggest
they saw you
sense.
fall in
It
love
would, but once
over and
again,
over.
in true movie TV style, it could all be fixed with a conversation.
Always.
They just have to have the conversation of why they kept it from him. Because really, at that point in their lives, there was no point in telling him. I mean,
Yep,
what good would have come of that?
that's
I
Nothing.
mean,
true.
Kat also only learned about this stuff 2 years ago.
Right,
Yeah.
right. If anything, it was Elliot that knew everything all along. But how is he going to explain to Nick as teenagers, hey, you know that girl you're dating? That's actually the daughter of our best friend that I'm in love with.
Don't get too
Yeah,
attached now.
yeah, because she's going to go back
Daughter from the future.
to 2024, and you're going to be 40 when you see her, so let it go. That's not going to
Yeah.
go over well.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how
So
they handle it then, I guess, hopefully in
yeah,
the
I
next
can
episode.
see
I don't
Nick
remember.
getting upset the way he did.
Yeah, I
But
would
once
too.
again, let's have the conversation. And I think that's what we get the next episode. We start to get these conversations that we should have had all along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They should have had the conversation with Dell long ago about what's going on.
I
She can't
wouldn't
handle
believe you
it.
if you did.
And it's kind of a slap in her face that they didn't trust that she could handle it.
Oh, I just said that. Oops.
Oh, you did?
I
She
did.
can't. She wouldn't be
I was like, she can't
available to
handle
hear
it.
it.
Yeah.
Be like, stop talking that nonsense with me, Catherine. You always got your head in the clouds.
Catherine, come down to the real world where the rest of us live.
Quit living in my memories in the past.
Uh-huh.
Get me some biscuits.
Dry biscuits.
Dry biscuits at that.
I don't even want to know where you've been.
Ah.
Or where these biscuits have been. What?
And that's the end of the episode.
Uh-huh. We finally got to it. And I gotta be honest, it didn't surprise me in many ways.
Oh, I was locked in. I was locked in.
I mean, I liked it, but you know how I was just so ready for the scandals that maybe I missed the first 3 times watching it?
So, you know how you guys were so locked in?
Yeah.
So, I went back and did a little reading on this episode on the internet, and a lot of people had the same feeling you did that they were locked into this episode. And a couple people brought up the point that there was only like 2 minutes of 1814 in this episode.
Yeah.
And so, as much as we like Susie and Thomas now and Elijah, dear old Elijah, the show I think resonates and fits better when it's in present day with the teens, you know.
Coming back to our original take on this show before we decided to like analyze it in depth, season 2 almost kicked me out of the show forever.
It did the same for a lot of people. A lot of people
It was
said
just
we're
like,
giving
oh
up
my
on the
God, like,
show.
why are
It's
we here?
right.
And like,
And
thank goodness you can power through it and like get to like knowing all the things that we get to in season 3. Thank goodness. But it took me 7 months to watch this season.
yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, I think I watched it in like a week. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite like cup of tea.
I
Like
watched it in a night.
I like flashing back to the 90s and 70s. I don't know what you just said, Sven, but
Pause. Over here. It took me 7 months to finish this season. Yeah, yeah. It took me a week. It took me 2 hours.
No, I said a night. One night.
You
but
guys
Kelly,
were
you watched it as it came out, right? But like I think you had told
I
me
did.
about it, like you both did. So you're like, you should watch this. So I was already on the high of season 1, I think, or something.
Yeah.
And then had to just keep cranking it out. So I think once you are in there, it's like, yeah, let's go. But yeah, as it was airing, it was just like, what is this and what's happening? Are we going to be stuck in here forever? Like, I remember just not liking that. But hindsight, it is very valuable of a season. It needed to happen. But I hope
I
season
also
4
love
feels
Young
like 1
Cat.
and 3. What?
I love Young Cat. She's my favorite character.
Uh-huh. She's so great.
Who's your favorite teen?
Young Cat.
I don't
Old
I
Cat.
don't I don't think I have a favorite character in the show.
Oh yeah.
Alice
You
is
seem to like
my
everyone
favorite.
equally, Sven.
What?
You seem to
Oh
like
yeah.
everyone equally.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's not one that just stands out.
The only blonde in the whole show.
No, that would be Evie.
Oh God.
I know. I was like, I thought she was your favorite, but there is something about young Cat that I feel like reminds me of you. There's your boy.
And
My favorite
just in,
character is Spilsky.
just in case you don't remember the look,
Oh
we talked
no.
about it. This was the episode it happened. The look.
That is anger, jealousy.
Territorial.
Yes, that's it. That's so funny. Good catch. All right,
What's
what's
that
left?
song, My Jealousy or whatever from the 90s?
I already sang the jealous song earlier.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
different
Hey,
one.
Yeah,
jealousy.
Hey
Hey,
Jealousy. Yeah.
jealousy. Um, quotes.
Title of the episode,
Point.
Lose Yourself.
I was waiting for that. They didn't have any Marshall playing.
They never do.
No,
But why was that the chosen title?
don't know. Wait, what was the title again?
Lose Yourself.
Oh yeah. Maybe because they were doing a masquerade and being different people.
Ooh, deep.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
then like Gossip Girl.
Oh my
I
God.
should be watching right now.
But she
Never
said
seen it.
that, and then it came up later that I think it was Kat that said we can't just pretend to be different people than we are right now or something.
Mm.
So maybe that's where the lose yourself comes in.
Okay.
But
You pulled that out of thin air, and that was very deep.
and it just hit just now.
Are
So
you good at
that
interviews
was
then?
just
That was really good.
okay. So yeah, so that wrapped up episode 8. Quickly, quotes. I have a couple that we didn't mention that I thought was very funny.
I thought you had a free period.
That
That
was
was my
hilarious.
favorite.
Um, the one that kind of sums up this character, and from what we've discussed in the past and what you guys have felt about him, when Monica is mentioning on the ghost tour, she mentions Noah to Kat, and Kat just goes,
Ooh.
"Wait, who's Noah?" That kind of sums up his character a lot. A lot of people are like, "Wait, Noah? What?"
Right? And also shows how absent she really
Catch.
is.
Right,
You guys are besties. You don't even know this
right.
random
And yeah, it
man.
summed
But
up too
also,
how much Kat is actually gone,
yeah.
you know, with Jacob, which is a good reason. I mean,
And can we
Yeah.
also talk about how
But
much
again,
Monica loved the fact that Kat's reaction was sweet? What?
right.
I was
like,
like, oh,
oh,
you didn't
I
know.
know.
Yeah.
I shared the party invite again.
Yeah. But I guess we did mention them. I did like the one about the sparkling vampires.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Right.
One
But
of
I
my
thought
favorites.
that the biggest quote of the episode came right at the beginning, and it had the most gut punch was when Jacob said, "Why didn't you come for me sooner?"
Oh,
Yeah.
And they just let that hang there.
Uh-huh.
Um, once again, there's a thing that can be fixed with a conversation.
Yep.
You know, Kat has told him all about the pond and how he fell in there and he time traveled, but didn't have the conversation with him about what took so long to find him she's now 40. You know,
totally.
she didn't know about the pond. Nobody did. Well, Colton did, but another story. So it's like just have that conversation. And I think that conversation does happen in the next couple episodes. We might not see it on air, but in the background it
Totally.
happens because he
Totally.
does come to accept it. So, but
Yeah.
that at the moment when that line was thrown out there, it was quite a gut punch.
Totally.
So that was I think a really good one-liner there.
The release of 8-year-old Jacob in just a
Right.
few lines.
Hmm.
Why didn't you come for me sooner? Mm. All right.
Anyone else have anything?
You got any ponder points, theories, things you found on the internet?
No, I've sprinkled them in throughout from what we've talked about
No.
tonight. Um, I will say there's a movie out there called 1 Million Followers starring Evan Williams. Go check it out.
Ooh.
Andy McDowell's in a couple of movies since the end of episode or season 3. A Sudden Case of Christmas, Good Rich, and Red Right Hand. And that's the one I told you about. Her character's
Say
name in
that
that movie is
again.
Big Cat. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Um, there's a series on Netflix called Bet, and it has teen cat Alex Hook in 9 episodes in that.
Ooh, you
Give
girl.
that a watch.
I need to watch.
And then again, The Way Home seasons 1 and 2 are on Netflix. Everybody I know at this point, they're wrapping up season 4 is the end of the series. There's still that talk of Netflix picking something up, but it really takes the ratings from everybody. So please hit those thumbs up and the stars and rate Netflix or The Way Home on Netflix. Give it a high rating. That's how they judge if they're going forward with a show or not.
Yeah.
Who knew
All
that
right.
little icon was so important?
Yep.
Sven knew.
I learned. I didn't know. So that's all I have for this week. Um, Obviously next week we're going into episode 9. There's only 2 episodes left for us to cover.
You will recap
Whoa.
everything.
And then we're gonna do, yeah, we need to do a season 3 recap and then how it ties into everything. You're right. And then a live episode. What?
TBD on that one. Hold the invite.
Hey, you know what? I was on YouTube today. Yeah, shocker. And there was we were watching some cruise videos. Yes, we
Who
like
would
to
have
cruise.
thought?
And there was a live cruise show on tonight, and they had 5 viewers.
That's cute.
5.
That could be
So
us.
it doesn't matter how big of an audience we have. If we got 5, we got 5. You know,
We
we'll
got 5.
talk about it.
We'll
come
make
back
it
to that.
happen. Season
Yeah.
4, that'll be our thing. Our new
Yeah.
thing.
Until
So
then, we're gonna
that
keep you
being,
waiting on the edge of your seat for what our final decision is.
what does our calendar look like, actually?
We already talked about this. Our
We did?
final
No,
episode
no, no.
is
Are we taking any time off for Christmas or New Year's?
no, but the way everything works out with the release of our things is final episode like of season 2 airs on our year anniversary of when we started. So it'll be January
16th.
2nd, January 16th.
Right. Okay. All right. Yep. No. Our schedule's good. We'll be January 2nd will be the next episode after this one.
Yeah.
And then the 16th.
I'm just so excited about the year.
Yeah, that
We've
is
been doing this for a decade.
But the fact that we've done
decade.
it all over the course of a year and we wrap up on the year anniversary, you guys,
That
you
is
can't
cool.
make that stuff up.
You can't at all. You can't bend time, Kelly.
You can't bend time, baby. It's all going to happen the way it's supposed to happen.
Uh-huh. On that note,
May the pond take you wherever you need to go. Bye.
Bye.